Welcome back, guys. I've got another Dan Wesson for you today. This time it's the Discretion Commander in 9mm. I have said in the past I'm not a big 1911 fan, but if you've been watching the channel, you've seen me gravitate towards single-action handguns lately, and I saw this online. Didn't know I was looking for it. I just came across it when I was browsing, and some of the features kind of impressed me. So I picked it up, and I'm sharing it with you today. Don't worry, still a big HK fan, Glock fan, but those guns don't make such interesting videos because there's a lot of material out there on those guns. Not so much content on guns like this. So let's show you clear, empty 10-round flush-fitting mag, and nothing in the chamber. Okay, so real quick, these are marked Dan Wesson, made in USA. I'm not sure if they are Checkmate mags because my specialist from Dan Wesson did ship with Checkmate mags, but so far 250, 300 rounds through these guys, and no issues to report as of yet. Okay, starting with the grip on the handgun, I can say that these are VZ grips because I saw VZ post about it on their social media page the other day. They're custom made for the Discretion, and they look nice. They give you just the right amount of texture. The cubes on here aren't too aggressive. They feel really good. In combination with the check ring on the front and back of the grip here, they work really nicely to give you a good purchase, and you don't have to worry about your grip going anywhere. So those are nice. Let's drop down to the magwell. It is flared, as you can see, but one big difference here from the specialist is that they seem to be integrated to the grip somehow. I'm not sure where, but on my specialist there was a screw here, and in my case, it was coming loose, so the magwell was starting to wiggle a little bit here at the bottom. And although I wasn't having any issues yet, it is nice not to have to worry about that. This seems much more solid. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that coming loose anytime soon, so I really do like that change. The magazine release, slightly raised and textured, really nice. Shoots those mags out quite quickly, so very happy with that. Not much else to say there. The one and only gripe I have with this handgun so far is the grip safety. I know in my other videos I haven't had any issues or really anything to say about these grip safeties, but I found that in this case I'm having trouble depressing it depending on my grip. So let me explain what's going on. When I grip a handgun, I tend to bring my dominant thumb over just a little bit right there. And that's to avoid riding a slide stop on handguns that have slide stops there. Of course, this one doesn't have that, but you know, I do it just out of habit. So when I do that, I kind of loosen my grip right here, and it's causing me not to activate that grip safety. So I get this. Well, we got it there, but I'm trying to show you on camera. All right, so right there. See, I'm not getting anything out of the trigger, and I'm gripping this as I probably normally would. So I have to apply a little more pressure, and then I can get the grip safety depressed. Okay. Or I can move my thumb over, apply normal pressure, and I can depress the grip safety. So it's a training issue, clearly, but I'd rather not change the way I shoot. So I'm going to look at different options, see if there's maybe an extended grip safety out there that will have this more pronounced somehow, so that I can not have to worry about adjusting my grip or training for, to shoot with this specific handgun. So just food for thought. Okay. Otherwise, it is smooth, looks and feels quite nice. Okay. The safety here you'll notice it is not ambidextrous. That's different because Specialist, as you know, and most of my single action handguns do all have ambidextrous safeties. So I got spoiled with that. I don't really see how not having it ambidextrous makes this any more discreet. I mean, I guess it gives it a slimmer profile, but I don't care too much for that little bit of extra length right there. I don't think it hurts me that bad. So I'd rather have it than not. But I guess I can live without it. It works fine on this side. It's very positive on and off. No squishiness or in-between setting. I do find it to be a little bit sharp on the underneath part right here when I go to activate it. A long day at the range might, see, you can see right here, that little like skin right there that's kind of irritated is from me depressing or activating that safety. So it's not a big deal. It doesn't hurt or anything, but I do find it to be a little sharper, maybe just because it's new. Forgive the puppy noises, just got a new puppy, so yeah, gonna have more dog noises in the video, guys. I apologize. The hammer here is skeletonized and has a black finish. Looks real nice. Not much else to say about it. We can go ahead and talk about the trigger while we're at the hammer. So, here we go. Does have the window cuts there in the body of the trigger. Looks nice. And check ring along the face of the trigger. Does look nice as well. So, you have your take up. You hit the wall. And your brake. Very nice. What you would expect from a 1911. Here goes the reset. Audible, tactile. Feels nice. Let me show you that one more time. Get your take up. You're at the wall. It breaks. And the reset. Beautiful. Think it might actually be a little bit nicer than the trigger on my Specialist. I can't say it for sure. They're both excellent triggers. I got really good grips with this trigger, so I'll show you a little bit of that in a minute. The rail had trouble with the Surefire light again. I didn't bring it out this time, but just trust me, it didn't go much further than this first notch right here. Gonna have to upgrade to the Surefire 300 UB to resolve that issue. But for now, if I want a light, the Streamlight, handy dandy Streamlight, always works quite well. Fits on there quite nicely. Okay. Moving on up to the slide, we can see the Discretion logo in small print right there by the serrations. Nice font, and I do like how Dan Wesson does their logos on their handguns. You don't see it slapped all over the place, giant print logos, just very discreet, like the title itself says. So I do appreciate that. And there's nothing on the other side, just serial number and small print right there. It will say where it was made, Dan Wesson, Norwich, New York, USA. Okay, so there's that. The serrations, nothing to write home about. They aren't super deep or super aggressive, but you can get the purchase you need to run the action. If you wanted to press check from the front, you can do that from the lightning cuts, or not from the lightning cuts, from right here on the bare slide. The action is so smooth, it is really simple to cycle it. Even with the hammer down, a little harder, but still very doable. So beautiful, beautiful action on there, buttery smooth. The sights it comes with are suppressor height night sights, 2-dot system, square notch, which is what I prefer, and blacks serrated on the back, with the exception of that single dot right there, which I mentioned is tritium. Really good sight picture. You can use the rear sight as a shelf for cocking off tables, boots, whatever. And looks like they are Ameriglow sights, as you can see. Not sure if that comes on camera or not, but it does say Ameriglow. right on the sight there, front and back. Speaking of lightning cuts, you get 6 of them, 3 on each side. I can't say if they make the gun shoot that much better. You know, I haven't done enough shooting with this gun side by side with other guns, but you know, they do look good and the gun shoots good, so I imagine some of that is probably attributed to those serrations. Or not serrations, sorry, lightning cuts. You do get serrations along the top, anti-glare serrations. I think it's also a nice look for the handgun. But like I mentioned before, I don't shoot a lot outdoors. I don't have much use for them, but you might. You do get the threaded barrel from the factory. You do have that two-tone finish on the barrel itself. I believe it is a match barrel. Yes, it is. And the front there, the bushing, all that is also the same finish as the barrel and trigger. Really nice contrast with the 2 colors and the rest of the handgun. The suppressor I have on here right now is the Silencer Co. Omega 9K. I think altogether the package looks quite nice and handy. One thing I'll say about the suppressor is I did shoot it recently, and I found that only after just a mag, maybe not even a full mag, the suppressor was already backing off. You know, I had to come up here and tighten it down, snug it up to the handgun, because it was dropping groups. And I was starting to get worried I might have a baffle strike. So I just really didn't mess around. Every couple rounds, I'd snug it up to the handgun. And that was kind of disappointing. I was hoping it wouldn't come loose so easily. But definitely keep an eye on that, guys. If you're going to be shooting your handgun suppressed, you wouldn't want a baffle strike. Totally ruin your day and your expensive suppressor that you waited forever for. But I can't say, when it's all working perfectly, snugged up to the handgun, it shoots so smooth, very quiet, a really, really pleasant experience. No malfunctions, suppressed or unsuppressed so far. Let me show you some of the work I did at the range the other day. Like I've said before, I am no John Wick, James Bond, Chris Kyle, but I think I do okay. That was 7 to 10 yards, about 25 rounds, I think. This was the first range session I had with the Dan Wesson. Not terrible. The second group I did maybe 50 rounds. Definitely dialed it in a little bit better. Again, 7 to 10 yards. Not sure if that was me. I think that might have been somebody else in a lane next to me. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was me either. So I just can't say. I have my bad days, and I definitely don't always shoot the best. So there was the puppy crying. Sorry. Anyway, not terrible. Always room for improvement. Let me show you real quick what this looks like without the suppressor attached. It did come with a thread protector from the factory. And doesn't look bad with the thread protector installed either. We're coming to the end of the video here. Forgive me for the pause, but there it is. Okay. So guys, as always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave those down in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Stay safe.